Okay, well, to all the fans, Trinidad and Tobago and worldwide, it's none other than the ancient dark angel, multi-dimensional, rebelliously radical, instrumental, fully functional, good music symptom. Here, big and serious in the building. Aye. Well, multi really, I've been around, I'm not a new artist actually. Yeah, I've been around, I got my first break on radio through being around KMC, people like KMC and Denise Belfon and really big guns I call them, and that was in 2002 actually. At that time I really came out under the soca. Yeah, I came out under soca actually, and I got that break through one of his family, his cousin I believe it was. Right? They actually had a group before too, G Flavor, right? And he came to me with the idea of a song, Fever. That was actually the first song I did on radio.
Right.
That was 2002 with a group Ward 1. Yeah, so actually I didn't come out as a solo act. I came out with a group, and the year after 2003, we had songs to release, but they weren't up to standard, as I would say. Right? And at the same time, I got a break with KMC again on the Party Alliance rhythm, and that's when I did the track Gyul I Like to Wine. Right? That was actually my first hit single in the soca, in the field of soca, right? And 2004, Trini Out a Party, 2005, Rock You Babe. I did songs with Destra, I did songs with Deceased Blazer Dan. Yeah, the list goes on. I have a lot of music out there, and 2006 is when I decided, you know what? No, I'm not limited actually to any genre. So, get them a soca, get them a reggae, sorry. And that was the Black Star lineup. Yeah, it was mega, Actually, although I didn't really, those times were different times. I was more immature, I should say. So, yeah, I was just like more basically passionate that, my song is out there, and not studying like the business aspect of things. Do it the right way and done. International standard, and you see, this is not just about me. If you would say this philosophy goes for Trinidad and Tobago, the artists of Trinidad and Tobago, I'm more fighting, I don't want to say fight, but yes, fight, because I'm fighting to show Trinidad and Tobago in a way that, when the outside world look at us, it would be strictly, hey, the artists from Trinidad, them standard international. No matter what genre of music that comes from our country, they must just look at our artists and know that, hey, give them full respect, because the standard high, whether it be with music, not whether it be on all levels, the music, the business aspect, everything. Just do it professional and then do it international and go all the way, 1000% put your foot into it. Music belongs to no one, right? And Sonita is basically a love story about two different ethnic races, and just showing that this is reality, that this could really happen. You understand? But the Sonita itself, the song itself, I would say came from God, because it's not like I know a Sonita personally, I know a Savita, I know a Kahia, which actually I have songs coming out about them, right? Yeah, but the Sonita, this was, as I say, it was just God. I was freestyling, actually going to work, and 3-4 years ago, going to work, and I say, let me just pass and check my brethren before, and while I go, I was just getting the vibes in the car, just freestyling, singing, making my melodies, making my lyric. And by the time I reached by my brethren, he was like, yo, that bad. So I was like, I have some rhythms here, let me see. Right, so I plug in my flash drive in my deck now, and it was just, as I say, two blind man meet. My melody and lyric had no idea that this music would have been the perfect fit for it, right? And the music was actually done 8 years ago by my good friend Ja Melody. Yeah, 8 years ago he did this for me. 8 years, and it's only this year I decided. Well, I went to him actually to record it, and well, his studio wasn't really, it wasn't finishing. So he said, well, Multi, well, if I could do it somewhere else, do it. But basically, yo, that your music, do I have to go out and represent Trinidad and Tobago? You know what I mean? I said, brother, I with you all the way, and it was just that. It was just melodies and lyric meeting music. Magic. It just flew. Actually, the first recording was on a BlackBerry. Yeah, 8 years ago it was on a BlackBerry. 4 years ago, that's when I was by my friend. The first recording was on his phone, actually. Yeah, so it's like, for me to remember the words, I had to, yeah, I had to get back with him. Because it was a freestyle, so it was actually a freestyle. Yeah, so good music, good melody and lyrics, magic. I didn't believe it would get this big, actually. I just say, this time, put my best foot forward, put my all into it, and nothing to lose. I have plenty to give. You know what I mean? So just do it. Actually, my strategy, yes, it has, with the advantages of social media now, right? But beside that, the streets, I do a lot of groundwork. To say I would go out, I'll meet my fans. Right, so far I probably gave away about 200 to 300 CDs. Yeah, and people will be like, yo, Multi, that is a work, and you know what I mean? You could sell them CDs, but why sell it? I mean, yes, it's a good thing. Yeah, we here. Reality is bills to pay, money to make. But I have a different thinking in terms of that. You know what I mean? You really want to get your music out here? Give to get. In that way, when you give so much, you would only get honesty coming back. Whether it's in good or bad terms or bad reference or whatever, you would always get the best out of everyone's opinion, right? Because they're saying, well, yeah, this man, he different, he reaching out. You understand? He only pirates everybody. That's why I do it. No, it didn't just boom. I put in my work, and well, beside thanks, I must big up all the stations and all the DJ announcers, all the announcers, the DJs. They just naturally cling to it. You know what I mean? So as I go along, I just thanking God for all the blessings and trying to be more humble too, because this could really swell somebody head. So I just keep my balloon head and my pen close. So anytime it start to swell, I could pop it and, you know what I mean? Stay grounded. Yeah. Besides having good people around me too, who wouldn't be afraid to tell me, Multi, you're doing stupidness. Pull up yourself. You know what I mean? I guess plenty of artists just need that around them too. You just need that. You just need some real talk, yeah. You know? Some old folk talk, some moral values to keep you. Yeah, we just really need it. Well, my range have no limit. I mean, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, Roberta Flack, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Take Six, Boys to Men, Sparrow, Rose, Shadow, you name it. Music with me, go. I have no limits. You know what I mean? I used to be all hands up. Yeah, granny, keep the station on. A long time it was the little Indian movies and thing. I used to look at it for the songs. You know, the melodies used to really captivate me. Music on the whole does captivate me. It have no genre, it have no limit. Music on the whole, this who Multi is. You know what I mean? Take music from it, build my coffin. Yeah. How would they if I didn't have music? Yeah, it's plain and simple. You know what I mean? I actually, some years ago, I was going through a little phase. I was going through a couple of phases in life, and one of my old Multi-Symptom page, well, it still exists. I put up some comments, you know. At that time I was still trying to find myself and stuff, and I put up some comments where I wasn't so sure about myself at that time as opposed to now. You understand? So yeah, I would like to take the opportunity one time to apologize to all my fans who thought I might have been off for the map. You understand? And at the same time, thank all the fans who, when I had put up that comment, say don't give up. I had reached this part where where I was like, yo, you know, I can't take it anymore. This music ain't happening. You understand? Gosh, I have all this talent and I ain't going nowhere. But when I started to check myself, I started to say, but multi is not just about talent. You know what I mean? You had to be disciplined. So I started, instead of watching and blaming and pointing fingers, I pick up a mirror and I watch everything through that mirror, through that reflection, and fix myself, and everything else just started fall into place. How I carry myself, my mindset, you know what I mean? Be on time for things, just be disciplined in anything you do, multi, in life. Be disciplined in life, and everything will happen, everything will fall in place. You know, keep that love with your people. Try and keep you close to God. I don't know big praying man, I know pastor, but as I talk to all, how I talking to all that is how I just talk to God. You know, so yeah, just live good, be disciplined, and that will pull your talent. The frustration, yeah, but that was the biggest thing. That was one of the biggest thing. One of, you know, not moving forward with the music. But then again, when I started studying and other people's experiences, I would look to use for reference. Whereas, I'm make an example, the youths of the country today, I could consider myself almost, probably next couple of years I could be a grandfather, and I'm only 35. You understand? A lot of youths ain't probably left to see my age. We know this. Youths dying younger than the elders, and they are the ones supposed to carry on this thing, you know. So I check myself as like, no, I have 2 children. You know, I have 2 children. I can't leave no legacy that, you know, your father was at this, or your father was at that, or your father was at, you understand? I had to do what is right as a parent, to make life easier for them. You understand? And honestly, I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it. So it's a correction of life. It's a correction. That's why I say checking the man in the mirror is a correction of my whole life. It's to try and correct all the wrongs, look at all the mistakes, and know that, hey, I did that before, it didn't work out. Do it the right way. You know what I mean? Do it the right way now. So it's, as I say, it's a correction of my life. It's a reformat, it's a reformation, it's a just betterment. Well, what happens next is, you see, because the library, the musical library, it full because it's not like I was just silent all the years. I was really building up, building. So right now the library actually doing renovation because more songs coming in every day in my head. And one of my main focus, as I say, my focus is to show up Trinidad and Tobago, you know, to get us out there. I mean, I guess there's one of every artist's dream, out of the island, right? But beside that, I mean, I follow so much in my life. I think it's time to lead, and I would still follow because every day you're not too old to learn. To be able to lead, you have to be able to follow, right? I still would follow if need to, but if it could teach me something to push me forward.
I think a good leader is also a good servant.
Right, you understand? So, what I'm trying to say is, I want to more create, like Sonita, for example, is a new genre of music, chutney reggae. That is a new genre. It might be recognized to the Grammy Award winning world, but I have faith. It's a step. I mean, I just placed myself in history. The first one I was the first to do a chutney reggae, and I don't want no props for that. I don't want no props. The props I want is to see when they're talking and the Trinidad and that flag. I want to see that flag big. Honestly, we flag big up there, and just knowing that, yeah, boy, we island. It don't matter if I do it, who do it, who. Because it have people before me, it have Hazy Crawford, it have. You understand? We have pioneers already. So I probably want to be one of the pioneers and just probably do it in a bigger way. I know people might be a little shaky and say, you know, let me see how much of a change multi making. You understand? Well, this time I'm here to show how much I'm changing. This time I'm not here, this is not no dropping song and disappearing. This time is as fast as they call for it, I have it and I gain them. It's permanent. The stamp not coming out. I'm here to stay. In other words, I'm here to stay. I have lots of music. I have a lot of different genres to bring out too. So, yo, the Globe could look out for that. The Globe. I don't want to say I disappoint people because more or less I did what I had to do to survive all these years. You know what I mean? It's just that, you know, I'm sorry things could not be different, and probably people would sorry it could not be different, but nothing happens before a time. And one mistake don't pass here. So I wouldn't say I really disappoint them. I did what I had to do. I'm sorry that I couldn't have bring because now I had to play catch up. You understand? But it wouldn't be hard because of the love and support I've seen so far with the Sonita. So I start on the right road. You know, but yeah. Even if somebody out there feel that I owe them, my fans and them feel like I owe them music for all these years, well, don't worry. I have real plenty to give all you now. And as I say, I'm here to stay. Globally, all listen to me. Look out for me. Look out for Trinidad and Tobago. My OMG moment was actually seeing. Alright, you know sometimes a song, yeah, there's no one a song big. People, they would do anything, they would make so much, seeing all the blogs. And then actually my views on YouTube. Yeah, all of that is like OMG, man, all over. My fans, my OMG moment, I mean redemption, concert. That is my OMG moment, boy. I feel just the love I gain right now. And that moment is like probably every day. And that OMG just keep me humble. That OMG because it's like, oh my.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, no if but so maybe.
Yeah, boy, just keep doing you and don't change. Don't change, just keep doing you. Nice. Just don't step out of character, don't change so that nobody, you know, because sometimes you would, when on this road, on the road to success, you just meet a lot of obstacles and things, but yeah man, I would just move and go around and just go over and I wouldn't even take it on. You know what I mean? With all this love and support, all I had to do now is make music and keep smiling. That's about it.
I'll be your loving me while you're back, man. But I don't see them when I'm going choice. Somebody gotta tell him in a different voice.